Hey guys, hope you're all well. Just a quick video to run you through some updates that we've made to our Toolkit app. We've added a few new tools, so I'm going to give you a little demonstration and invite you to leave comments and let us know what you think. Hope you enjoy it. So here we are in a test install in the designer, and we are going to open up the Toolkit app as normal. Now you will find that next time you launch the Toolkit app, you will see the new version. There's no, with Webflow apps, there's no need to update them manually. As soon as a new version is released, you will get that latest version. So we open it up and straight away we can see there's a couple of new tools listed on this front screen here. But if we click the See All Tools button, then you'll actually notice there are 4 additional tools on top of the original Reorder and Hub Styler tools that were in there before. So let's go through them. It's called HTML Entities. Now, most of you designers out there would probably be familiar with some of these typographical type marks that you quite often will need to add into your text. But generally, if you need to do that, you need to either go onto a website to find the element and copy and paste it in, or you need to know how to type symbols using your particular operating system, which can be quite tricky. Or know the particular keyboard shortcut to insert that character. So we've just added some common typographical elements into here that you can then insert into your text. So if I select a text element, these are simply going to, when you click on these, they're just going to copy them to your clipboard so that you can then paste them into a text element or into a CMS field or wherever you'd like to use them. So for instance, I'll click this copyright symbol, and that has notified me that it's copied it to the clipboard. And then I can just go into here and I can paste that symbol straight into there. So there's a few different ones: copyright, registered trademark, etc. But also some more kind of typographical leaning ones, sort of like an M dash, an N dash, various currency signs, again, which generally you can type them on most keyboards, but sometimes it's a bit of a faff to find the shortcut if you don't know it. Hopefully this is a bit of an easier option. And then I'm just going to go down to the final one, which is called a non-breaking space. So within this element here, if this was very long text, if this was a long sentence, let's just put some more text within that. And then if I shrink that down to a narrower breakpoint, you can see that line of text has broken. Now sometimes, for instance, if the words text and lorem were particularly sort of complementary words that should belong together to make them more readable, then what I could do is put in a non-breaking space here. So this normal space character that you get when you type space will break at smaller breakpoints and will wrap the text. Now, if I copy this non-breaking space here and I replace that text, so I take out that normal space and then I paste in the non-breaking one, if I now shrink down to that lower breakpoint, you can see that it's no longer broken the text between those two words. So it's actually broken it before and after, so that it preserves those two words being together on a line, which is quite often useful to make things readable in a sentence. If you have two words that should be read together, you can use a non-breaking space to make sure that they always stay together, even on lower breakpoints where the text would naturally wrap. Okay, let's go back to the tools. The next one, emojis. Now, I'm sure it's going to be quite self-explanatory, this one. But in the same way as the HTML entities, we've put together a palette of emojis, all your standard common ones that you can just then copy and paste. Again, whenever I need to use an emoji, I generally go onto Google, I search emoji, copy, paste, I find a website, I find the emoji, I'll copy it, paste it back in. So this is just a quick way to allow you to do all of that, but while staying within the designer and not having to go elsewhere. So I can actually search. So if I just search, say, happy or sad, I can find appropriate an emoji I can just click here to copy, go into my text element, and then I can just paste that straight in. So nice and easy, hopefully useful for some of you. And then finally, we have one we have called GTM NoScript. Now, this one might be familiar to some people, but generally if you use Google Tag Manager, the recommended way of installing it is by adding 2 snippets to the page. One of them goes in the head section, and the other one, which they call the NoScript tag, is supposed to go immediately after the body tag. So it should be the first element within the body. Now, traditionally, the only way to do that would have been to add an embed element and then add the NoScript tag within that embed element. The problem with that is that the embed element itself is a div. It creates a div, and then whatever you add to the embed places within that div. And that meant that the NoScript tag, if you inserted it that way, which was the only way you could do that in Webflow previously, it would never be the first element after the body where it should do. So the reason that matters is if I am verifying my domain in Google Search Console, so let's just show you that. If I go into Search Console and then I add my site to Search Console, click continue, it's going to see if it can verify that I own that domain, and it's going to give me various different options to be able to do that. I can upload an HTML file to my Webflow site, which, as we all know, we can't do with Webflow. You can't upload an HTML file. So we have to use one of the other verification methods. So one of them is an HTML tag. Now we can do that one. We can copy this and add it to the site settings to validate it. But the one we commonly use, because we generally will use Google Tag Manager for all sites, and we'll use Tag Manager to host our analytics scripts and various other different scripts, we will use the Google Tag Manager method of verifying the site. The problem is, if you don't have the NoScript tag set up correctly, the verification will always fail. So if I click verify on here, you will see it's failed verification. Google Tag Manager snippet on your site is in the wrong location on the page. And this is precisely because the NoScript tag that we've put in on the site is within an embed. Therefore, it's not the first element after the body tag. So our new tool will actually allow you to add this as its own element. So it's a proper NoScript element, and it will insert all the relevant attributes and things you need on that tag to add that NoScript tag. So if I put in, I'm just going to make up a container ID here, and then I have 2 options. I can add it to this page only, or I can add it to all pages. So let's first of all just add it to this page only. So if I click into this page only, you will notice that it's created a component for me, and that is directly after the body tag, and it's just named it using the container ID that I've entered. So that will now validate. If I was validating this particular install using the GTM method, then it would actually work. And we've also added a button to add it to all pages, because obviously if you're retrospectively adding this to a site and you had a lot of pages, it would be a bit of a pain to go through every one and add it individually. So what we can do now is just click add to all pages, and it will use that same component. It won't just add a new component for every page. It will just create that one component. If it already exists, it will reuse it, and then that will just go through each page and add it into every page. So if I now switch to a different page, a style guide page, for example, there you go. You can see the component is in there. So again, it's only a little thing, but it's something that we built for ourselves because we found it useful, and hopefully you guys will as well. So we're more than happy to share it with the community. So that was a brief overview of the new features we've added to our Toolkit app. We'd love to hear your feedback. Let us know via the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, do please give us a thumbs up and click that notification bell to be notified the next time we upload a new video. Until the next time, take it easy, guys.